Sustainability is the issue of our time, regardless of the industry sector that we find ourselves in. So what does it mean for the industry sector of Treasury? In order to find out, we gathered a stellar lineup of panelists and brought them to the Crystal, one of the most sustainable buildings in the world and the most sustainable building in London. Over the course of the afternoon, we sought to create a definitive guide to sustainability in Treasury.
Look, it's great to be acknowledged by the Adam Smith Awards for the Sustainable Finance Award. What that related to was our conversion of our main banking facility into a sustainable linked loan and a green financing, and paved the way for us to be entirely green financed as a company. It's quite innovative in terms of the solution. Not very many companies had done sustainability-linked loans before, and our green finance framework was also very innovative in terms of looking at our green assets against our green liabilities and being a perpetual framework. So I think it's that innovation that caught people's eyes and was very exciting for us to work on. What it enables us to do as an organisation is it reduces the cost of debt, and that enables us to put more money back into the circular economy, to invest in sustainability and to find circular solutions to waste issues that the company focuses on.
So the Tideway Tunnel Forum was created even before the company was incorporated as a forum where all main stakeholders could meet on a regular basis and discuss progress on the project and how we're keeping with our legacy commitments. And these legacy commitments represent a number of sustainable aspects. This forum is chaired by our CEO, so he goes and a lot of our senior management goes to, and then we have representatives from local communities, representatives from the local councils, from our stakeholders, environmental agency, the Port of London Authority, so anyone that is an interest in the project or is affected by the project. Then in addition, of course, we have our communication channels with our institutional stakeholders, our banks and our investors, and we report to them using annual report, our green bond reporting, and it's just an ongoing dialogue really.
ESG sits at the enterprise level at Bank of America, but it's also embedded within the 8 line of businesses that we operate in, and it's part and parcel of how we deliver our services and our solutions to our clients.
At BlackRock, the dialogue began with our clients around green issuance and sustainability about 2 years ago, and what we have found is that there really has been a generational shift. Not too long ago, this was just not an issue that was ever discussed as it related to cash and liquidity investment. And now what we're finding with our clients is this is something they care deeply about and passionately about. So we have responded in 2 ways. First of all, as it relates to our whole portfolio of money market funds, we've integrated ESG investment metrics as part of our core investment process and philosophy, because what we believe is that as a fiduciary in delivering the best risk-adjusted returns to our clients, that we need to factor in environmental sustainable issues just as we incorporate other credit issues in our investment process. Secondly, what we've done is launched a family of green money market funds, and that was done in direct relation to demand from our clients for sustainable options for liquidity investing.
So we've got 5 KPIs. These are part of our CSR metrics. A couple of them are about our fundamental definition of what we do as a waste management company. The first one is our recycling and recovery rate. We recycle and recover 90% of the materials that we receive. We'd like that to be higher over time. That's a strong area of focus for the company. It's improved dramatically over a 20-year period, and we hope it will continue to evolve over another 20 years. The next one is about carbon avoidance. So the amount of carbon required to recycle materials received in waste streams is much less than it would be to create a new virgin material. And so we're very proud of our 3 million tonnes a year that we have of carbon avoidance by recycling. The next one is then around the efficiency of our processes. So this is about how we collect the waste and trying to make that more efficient, the amount of fuel that's used in the trucks to collect, making the routes more optimized, making the distance that we travel to collect that waste less, which is possible through the merger that we completed earlier to create Renewy. And then also to invest in our fleet. Our Euro 6 fleet reduces NOx and particulate emissions in city centres, which is an important sustainability objective for the organisation, and we're trying to become fully invested in Euro 6 trucks over a period of time, so that's a key area of focus. And then the final metric that forms the suite is a safety measure, which is our 3-day accident rate. Again, that's been on a very long-term trajectory of improvement over time, but we would like to continue to improve that journey over a long period to come and make it even more safe to work at Renewi.
So as I said, Tideway was created to address the sustainability issue. So early on, we decided to align the financing and the financing activity with that vision. So what we try and do, we started with our green financing, we're now evolving it to other areas of treasury, and the vision really is that sustainability becomes second nature, and everything we do has a sustainability filter to it. So we look at our suppliers, we look at our bankers, our money market funds, everything we do has that consideration and follows the excellent work that we've done on our sustainable financing.
We have a 3-step plan. So first of all, we really like to share our best practices around ESG and how we as a company approach ESG as a topic. Secondly, we like to provide our clients with a list of actionable steps, things that are easy to do and they can get started on them in their treasury departments. And we also encourage them to look at ESG a little bit more broadly and look at how they interact with their vendors, with their suppliers, and also how they interact across the entire supply chain.
For our clients that are looking to enhance their ESG agenda, my first bit of advice would be it's probably more complicated than you think. Certainly at BlackRock, that's what we found. It's one of these things that sort of sounds simple, but when you dive into it, even basic things such as benchmarks, metrics, ratings between the various entities that rate green bonds and green projects, they can vary wildly. So ultimately, many of our clients will need to make modifications and adjustments to their investment policy guidelines to factor for sustainable and green investing. So that's where you really need to be talking to BlackRock or other providers, because there's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of complication. Second thing I would say to our clients and to corporate treasurers is understand the power that you have, because where you direct your investment dollars will impact the asset management industry and the products that we bring, and to the degree that they're sustainable and green or not. But importantly, it also will change issuer behavior. And to the degree that issuers bring more green, sustainable bonds to market, that's going to make it cheaper and more efficient to finance green projects. Will create more of them. So the corporate treasurers have enormous power that they exercise through directing their investment dollars to green and sustainable funds.